Well, what does the human brain have in common with a zebrafish? Researchers out of MacEwan University say it can help us understand our behavior and our relationship to our environment. Joining us now is Professor Dr. Trevor Hamilton from MacEwan University with more. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Corey.
Well, I might as well start off with what we have in front of us. If you're a little bit squeamish, maybe turn away right now because we have some brains on the table. Why don't you tell us what we have here, starting with the big one?
So this is a real human brain specimen. It is half of the human brain. So if you were to take my head, now in this case, flip it around, cut it in half, that's what it would look like inside.
Okay.
And so that is, in the human brain, we have about 86 billion neurons.
Wow.
So this is about 43 billion neurons in that jar.
And then the smaller one is rat brains.
Rat brains, that's right. So we have those that were collected from rodent specimens, and in there we have about 200 million neurons per brain.
And now the small one, which is probably hard to see. I don't even know if you can or a cameraman can see them, but they're at the very bottom. Those are zebrafish brains.
That's correct, yeah. So these are zebrafish brains that were recently dissected. The eyes are still there, and they contain about 100,000 neurons.
Okay, so how can we use something that small to research what could be happening in our human brain?
That's a great question. So within all three of these, we have consistent neurotransmitters as well as neuronal systems. So the fundamentals are very similar. So it allows us to investigate neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, GABA, glutamate that are evolutionarily conserved all the way through.
And what type of research are you doing then with the zebrafish?
A lot of research over the last 15 years. We focus on three kind of areas. So we look at learning and memory, and we've developed some different tests of learning and memory in zebrafish, like object recognition memory tests and episodic-like memory tests. Another branch of our research is ecotoxicology. So we study the impact of potential pollutants on the behavior and physiology of zebrafish, as well as climate change. And thirdly, we study psychopharmacology. So we investigate the impact of a variety of different drugs on the behavior of zebrafish after acute or repeated exposure. So this allows us to look at things like THC, nicotine, alcohol, terpenes that are present in many plants, including cannabis, and look at the subsequent changes in behavior in the zebrafish.
Okay, so you can expose the zebrafish to those toxins and then see how they react, and then also how they detox.
Exactly, yeah. So in our model of addiction with zebrafish, we administer alcohol for 1 hour a day for 21 days, after which we give them a period of withdrawal. And we can then study their behavior, and we see, like humans, their anxiety increases. And we can also conduct tests of conditioned place preference and find that they, during withdrawal, seek out the environment in which they were given drugs, much like a human would.
Wow, okay. And so what are some of the benefits of using zebrafish over these other specimens?
They reproduce very quickly relative to both of these specimens. And they're more efficient to house, more cost effective, and there are a huge variety of tools scientifically that we can use with the zebrafish in terms of neural imaging and genetic manipulation. Okay,
and you have a lab full of zebrafish at MacEwan University.
We do. We have thousands of zebrafish currently there that I've got a bunch of amazing students working very hard studying their behavior and behavioral neuroscience.
Very cool. I wish we had more time to discuss this. This is fantastic. Thank you for bringing that in and doing the great research that you're doing.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
For more information, you can learn more about Dr. Hamilton's work. You can go to trevorhamiltonlab.com.